Guys, it's Miss Coconut. How are you doing? I'm doing well. So listen, okay, by now everyone has heard the allegations allegedly that have been alleged against T.I. and Tiny. And I don't know whose side you're on, but if you look on social media, it's very divisive right now. Divided right now because there are people that are definitely saying there is some possibility that some underage trafficking occurred, and there are other people that are saying you guys are always trying to bring a good black man down. I don't know which side of the camp you fall on, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about some interesting things that I have noticed about these people in the world that I call Atlanta weird. It's like Hollywood, but it's in Atlanta. So, Atlanta, right? You think of Atlantic Ocean, or you may think of Atlantis, right? That fabled land that they say sunk in the ocean somewhere that was at the time for them the height of what civilization should be with technology. And, they didn't have to speak because they all were telepathic, et cetera, et cetera. Very fascinating story there. Also, the word Atlanta is very similar to the word atlas, which is a map. And Atlas also has this story of in Greek mythology, there was like a war amongst the Titans. And as a result or punishment, Atlas had to hold up the heavens. So lots of interesting things there for y'all to research if you want to. It's a lazy Sunday, right? Maybe not when you listen to this, but as I record it. So, you might want to do some research into all of that etymology there. By no means is anyone in Atlanta or anywhere else in the world surprised that T.I. and his wife may get down with threesomes. That has been alluded to a few times. If you check out some of the blogs and different sites like social media sites, people have been talking about this for years, that the two of them like to invite third-party situations into their bedroom. And even T.I. himself said, what I choose to do in my bedroom, I deserve privacy for, because everyone wasn't a consenting adult and no one was drugged. Now, a lot of these Hollywood parties, they do have sex and drugs and rock and roll. Okay, this is a given. Now, some of these ladies are coming forth saying that they were given drugs and that they participated unwillingly in sexual escapades. So that part remains to be seen. It is always my established belief that anyone that gets high on the Richter scale in Hollywood has association with the overlord that runs this energy, that runs this earth, that runs this world, okay? Earth. And Tiny and T.I. are no different. If you look through the catalog of pictures, you see them showing their allegiance, as I'm showing in these two pictures here of them, showing very much, the affiliation. So I always feel when these kind of stories come out, there is always a reason behind it. And so usually I say this is a humiliation ritual, okay? In order to get to the next level and encounter the next devil, literally, you have to be exposed. You have to take the heat. And we see this time and time again with these established stars. These type of stories come out because these stories have been in existence. So there's a reason why it's being propelled forward now. Okay, so this story starts in Atlanta with a former friend of Tiny. Her name is Sabrina. And Sabrina tells a story of how T.I. held a gun to her head and threatened her. She's a victim of his abuse, and how Tiny was abused as well. And she also, at some point, had this huge fight with Shekinah. And Shekinah is Tiny's hairdresser alleged best friend. And I'm going to get into why I'm saying alleged in a minute when I talk about Shekinah's part in this drama. Okay. So anyway, Sabrina tells us at some point, I'm going to tell you why she told you, but at some point she tells us that this happened. And then this causes, and then she also says that they have abused younger women. And people are trying to figure out, are they like teenage women? Well, not teenage women, teenage girls? Are they young women? Is the age of consent there? What's going on? So this started this whole storm that you see play out on social media. Side note. Okay, I'm going to get to that later. Okay. So anyway, T.I. responded, Tiny responded, basically to say, but we were friends and, he was the uncle to your children. So when did this all of a sudden happen now that you're so scared of him? All right. So when I looked on T.I.'s page, he has all of these different posts and, he thinks he's so smart and stuff. But there's a post on his page where he's talking about recording studios and how one of the councilwomen who's running for mayor in opposition to the mayor that's there now is stating that she wants these recording studios to observe some kind of noise ordinance or maybe move the locale of the studios, etc. And he and some other people are, basically challenging her vote. And I think, in fact, she was the only one that voted the way she did. So the mayor of Georgia and T.I. are, I guess, associates of some sort, and he supports her. But the mayor of Georgia, her father was in show business. So anytime I see those type of connections, y'all, I'm like, ding, 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 ding. Y'all get what I'm saying? So these people are never by circumstance or happenstance. They are always placed strategically, okay? So you have to start looking into the history and the background and the families and who the parents are and then what school they went to and any sorority or groups they may have joined, because it kind of all leads and ties in together. You just think people are just like they're all willy-nilly, and they don't be. So anyway, T.I. made this post, and Sabrina, the accuser, she also made a post and tagged the councilwoman. Okay, so now she tagged the councilwoman, he tagged the mayor, and maybe the councilwoman, I can't remember. But when I was looking on T.I.'s post, I'm reading the comments because that's where the T be. Somebody on there, and I'm going to show you her little blurb she wrote. Someone on there stated, oh, now I see why the girl said what she said. So people kind of, I guess, were trying to put two and two together and insinuate that the whole reason why Sabrina is talking about T.I. because T.I.'s affiliation with the mayor and Sabrina's affiliation with the mayor to be the elect that wants to run is in opposition, and that there's some political meaning behind this. Well, I don't have to be in Atlanta to know anytime politicians are involved, it's all about money and land, okay, and resources. And as I've already stated, Atlanta is a hotbed. This locale is actually where a very major railroad went through. It's also a watershed location. Okay, so it dumps into major bodies of water. Did y'all get that? Water? Transportation? Okay. So at some point now with Sabrina, what is happening is she's being called into question because she has a very less than stellar background. She, at some point, it has been very crazy, and she attacked a young woman and sliced her face up, and I think she served jail time. That doesn't mean she isn't to be believed. It just means that there's more to this story. And then also, there are several reports out that Sabrina attacked Shekinah, who she did not even know. Shekinah just happened to be Tiny's hairdresser at some point. and Tiny's friend. I'm not sure. Are Tiny and Shekinah, are they best friends? Or are they just close associates? I'm confused, and I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about that. So anyway, Sabrina, the former friend, attacked Shekinah. So that was a big to-do about something, I don't know. And so when Sabrina came out with these allegations, Shekinah jumped into the fray. I know this is all confusing, but Shekinah jumped into the fray and attacked Sabrina. But in her attack, she said, Sabrina, I don't know why you're talking, because you had sex allegedly with T.I. and Tiny as well, and you used to get them girls. Then, y'all, after she did that video, she came back crying and saying she didn't know if that was true, but someone had told her that, and she repeated. Now, if y'all have a best friend, I don't use that term loosely. If y'all have a best friend, wouldn't your best friend know how you get down? Because at some point, if you're always constantly around your best friend, up under them, in their house, around their children, etc., you're going to know some things. Now, I know we keep things secret, but do we keep things secret necessary from best friends that are always around us? So Shekinah is crying, talking about she don't get down like that. She not freaky deaky like that. She strictly dickly. She said she not judging y'all. If you want to munch carpet, she says she isn't judging. She's just saying she loved God. Now, let me tell y'all something. People are saying, why did Shekinah speak up? Why did she say anything? She was forced to, and that's why she's looking scared. Someone made her say the first thing, public humiliation video, and someone made her say the second video. She didn't do this on her own. Because if that's my friend, first of all, my friend is in hot water. I'm going to talk to my friend first. And if anything, we're going to come up with a plan for what you need to say. You're not just going to jump up on live or willy-nilly and start discussing my business. So what do we have here? We have a developing story about former friends that know too much information, that are running off at the mouth with some very serious allegations, and all of this will unfold before our eyes, and we'll see what happens next. Now, this young lady, Sabrina, the former friend of Tiny, who accused T.I. of abuse and sexual misconduct and rape and all this other stuff, allegedly, sort of, kind of, she has been rumored to be a practicing witch of some sort. They said that she would steal clients' hair to do voodoo or work on them. So what I want to leave you with this story are just one thing. When you look at the names and the location of the story as it's transpiring, we are in Atlanta, where the heavens are being held up. So that means there's a gateway. It's where the water and the railroad, it was a very big thing. Transportation, transport, okay, gateway. And then the people involved. We have cliff, which is a land, a type of land mass, which is like a hill. It's Clifford. We have Shekinah, which is like the dwelling of the spirit. We have Tamika, which stands for people. And we have Sabrina, which stands for witch. So you tell me, what are they telling you? What are they telling you with this story about all of the backgrounds with the alleged underage children, politicians, land, money, entertainment, and you have a practicing witch with other members of alleged practitioners. Look, Shekinah on here talking about she love God, she don't know no. I don't believe her. She might be mind controlled and she don't know, that part of her, but I don't believe her story. Anyway, this is interesting. Let's keep watch. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this. When we're reading signs and symbols, you have to look at everything. Like, you could break so much down about this story, but just start with the names and tell me what you come up with. Right? Tell me what you come up with. What's being manipulated here? People with witchcraft in high places. That's my time for today. As always, on Stream Brezzy.